Georges Mason, an American founding father, is often called the father of the Bill of Rights. Although not as famous as Washington or Jefferson, Mason's ideas on liberty and individual rights shaped the very foundation of the United States. Born in 1725 in Fairfax County, Virginia, Mason grew up on a large plantation. His father died when he was only 8, leaving him to inherit the family estate at a young age. Mason was carefully educated by tutors, learning law, philosophy, and classical literature, knowledge that would later guide his political thought. Mason began his public career in the Virginia House of Burgesses, the colony's legislative assembly. He quickly became known for his eloquence, intelligence, and dedication to the rights of the colonists. During this time, Mason advocated for fair taxation and protection of property rights, setting the stage for his lifelong defense of individual freedom. In 1776, Mason drafted the Virginia Declaration of Rights. This revolutionary document declared that all men are born with inherent rights to life, liberty, and property. It also emphasized freedom of the press, the right to a fair trial, and the limitation of government power. Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and other founding fathers would later draw inspiration from Mason's work when crafting the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights. In 1787, Mason was a delegate at the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. He played a key role in shaping debates on representation, slavery, and executive power. However, Mason refused to sign the final Constitution, arguing it gave too much power to the federal government and lacked explicit protections for individual rights. His principled stand made him a leading voice in the fight for a Bill of Rights. Mason returned to Virginia and campaigned vigorously for the inclusion of explicit rights in the Constitution. His arguments influenced James Madison, who introduced the first 10 amendments, now known as the Bill of Rights. These amendments guaranteed freedoms such as religion, speech, and due process, a direct reflection of Mason's ideas. Mason was a family man and devoted to his plantation. Gunston Hall. He was also a slave owner, a fact that reflects the complexities of his era. Despite contradictions in his personal life, Mason's intellectual contributions to liberty and governance remain profoundly influential. George Mason died in 1792, never seeing the full impact of the Bill of Rights. Yet, his vision for protecting individual freedoms has endured for centuries. Mason's work reminds us that the fight for liberty requires courage, intellect, and unwavering principles. From drafting revolutionary declarations to shaping the Bill of Rights, George Mason left a lasting mark on history. Subscribe for more stories about the people and ideas that built the United States.